equalised. Rotario is the Romanian player involved. So free kick to Steaua. Taken by Rotario. Goff comes to claim the ball in the air from Hadji. This is Stoica, the captain in midfield. Majaro's taken up good position once again. Jovan has found space on the right. Now Stoica. Balint. Stoica again. This is Hadji with Jovan giving him an option on the outside. So Hadji comes inside. Still being faced by Davy Cooper. Cooper's done a good job slowing things down for Rangers. Rotario with Petsurka. Good challenge by Nicol. And now Durant on the break. Showing too much of the ball to Belilic, and Wilkins failed to find Nisbet on the right. So the closing minutes now of the first half. Steaua leading by 1-0 as Stoica picks it up in the centre circle. Now Hadji. Tackled by Wilkins. Sunis to McCoist. Brought down by Jovan. Well, that would do McCoist no good at all. Referee Anulin has a word with Jovan, but much more important from Rangers' point of view is whether or not McCoist has a serious injury. Phil Boersma comes on again. Not the first time by any means he's had to treat Ali McCoist in the match. Graham Roberts is having a word with the referee as the camera pans around the muted Steaua fans for the moment.
I think both the centre halves now are taking it in turns, I think, Jock, to try and stop Ali McCoist, because really he's playing very well up to now. He's up there on his own most of the time, and he's taking the knocks and he's also giving them.
So Wilkins and Roberts having a tactical debate there in front of the referee, but there's the scoreline. Victor Petsurka got the goal in 2 minutes, which separates the teams at the moment. And Rangers surviving some nervous, anxious moments in the opening quarter of an hour when they could so easily have gone 2 behind, but surviving now towards the half-time whistle with just a 1-goal deficit. There's Chris Woods lofting it forward. It's Bumbescu and Jovan climbing high above Davy Cooper. Here's Sunis. Wilkins. Sunis takes it back. Sunis driving forward the long-range shot. Not a bad effort from Sunis. Stengachu going across. I think it was going wide, but Stengachu took no chances. Sunis spotting that opportunity to go forward for the shot. Well, there appeared to be signs, Derek, going towards half-time, that Rangers may well be back in the match.
That's right. I think they've possibly given the Romanians too much respect, I think, Joe.
Well, no respect there shown by Roberts for Hadji. Catching the Steaua star man in full flight, and Roberts gets a yellow card about which he can have no complaints. Hadji on the ground. It's the closing minutes of the first half. Luigi Anulin now being spoken to by Tudorel Stoica, the Steaua captain, who is clearly upset with that challenge from Roberts. Hadji is certainly racing into a very dangerous position when Roberts met him.
I think he's one-man jockey they've given far too much room to. I mean, there's 3 or 4 times he's picked the ball and ran at defenders. I would like to see somebody like Ian Durant just go and man-mark him.
Certainly there's a lot of wandering, Hadji, though. Hard to pin down. He's given the freedom of the pitch by the Steaua coach, Angel Iordanescu. Now a chance for Steaua right on the half-time whistle from a set-piece. Well taken easily by Woods from Rotario's rather feeble attempt from the free kick. So that's a let-off for Rangers. No real pressure applied there. So the 45 minutes of the first half have come and gone. We're now into time added on for injury stoppages in the first half. There have been several of these. The referee Anulin allowing play to continue. There's Bumbescu. He took a knock in the face there, challenging Ali McCoist. McCoist has been penalised. It appeared to be careless use of the elbow as the ball was in the air. Bumbescu getting up, indicating to the referee he was elbowed in the face by McCoist. Stoica and McCoist exchanging pleasantries in midfield. And Rangers have possession again with Sunis. Cooper Bombescu coming thundering in. Cooper played the pass inside. Here's Ian Durant. Perhaps the last chance in the first half for Rangers to pressurise the Steaua defence. Here's McCoy trying to turn. Played back by Pizzurka, the big striker back helping, marking Ray Wilkins. The referee is now checking his watch as Jovan brings it forward for Steaua. We've had 90 seconds of injury time in the first half. Played across now to Belodinic. The referee checking with his Italian linesman. Still allowing play to continue. Belodinic has possession. No urgency shown by the Romanians towards half-time. Here's Mejaru. Well tackled by Goff. Sunis working it back to Chris Woods in goal. And the referee now has blown the whistle for half-time, scarcely heard by the players. So there's the scoreline. Looked ominous for Rangers early on when Victor Pizzurka scored in the second minute. But there's the half-time score. It's Steaua Bucharest 1, Rangers 0. Join Alec Ferguson on our panel of experts right after the break.
Hello again, welcome back to Scott Sport European Special. The score, if you just come in Bucharest, is that Rangers are 1 goal down. A very, very interesting first half with a quite sensational start, as we hear now from Ian Archer with Alec Ferguson. Ian.
Thank you, Arthur. 1-0, Rangers very much still in the tie despite that starter.
Well, it was a horrendous start. I mean, they were, in actual fact, have started the game 1-0 down. They haven't got started the first few minutes. They didn't clear the lines, and obviously a lot of nervousness.
Yeah, we can have a look at that first goal because it wasn't just a final attack. I mean, Rangers simply got under pressure for about a minute, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. Well, you see the game, the ball on the right-hand side, the crosses come in. It's over to Ngorano, their left back, who plays it back in again. And they've still not got it cleared. I thought there was a chance maybe to get ahead away there. Continue under pressure. A bit unfortunate that Richard Goff's clearance has hit, I think maybe Scott Nesbitt, and bounced to the boy Plutarco.
But on the other hand, you would have thought that Rangers had plenty of opportunity just to lump the ball up the park before the goal was scored.
Oh, I think it's a basic principle of defending that when in doubt, get it out of the road, and they just haven't done that.
Is it plain nerves because it's the first 2 minutes of the match? They're awfully experienced players.
Well, I think so too, and then one of the things when you play the Eastern Europeans, that although Graham Souness had pointed out in a lot of his pre-match press, was that one of the best sides is seen. Now, that's all very well, but they're not celebrated the way Western Europeans are, like the Italians and the Spaniards. So, in a way, the Rangers players are going into the game a little bit unknown. Well,
the one man they did know about, of course, was Georgi Hagi, who was the danger man, and he comes up with this chance to reaffirm what he's about.
Marvellous striking, and in fact, Chris Woods has had 3 excellent saves to keep Rangers in the game.
Well, that's right, because during that period it looked as if the roof really could have fallen in on Rangers and they could have been out of this European Cup hardly before the match was a quarter over in the first leg.
Absolutely, and they can be very pleased at their position at this moment in time.
And we see Ungriano in our next move, the defender coming up to join the attack.
Well, he's been forward all the time because with Rangers 2 wider players have been deeper, it forces their full-backs up on top of you. Another great save from Chris Woods. I think that there's one important factor here that these sides, and Hagi has proven this, is an inspiration to them. And I just wish Rangers had someone who could sit on him and knock him out of the game and keep him quiet. Because if they keep him quiet, the inspiration could go a bit. Yeah, and Rangers haven't really managed to do much up front. I mean, McCoist has bothered that big defender, but... He's done very well, and in actual fact, I think he and Durant have done well. I think Durant has made the best of his opportunities to get forward. It's 2 really good runs, one in the penalty box where he was just at the edge of the penalty box, he just brought down, and one later on where he got into a smashing position but just couldn't control the ball. He's been a threat to them. So what do you think Graham Souness will be saying in the dressing room? Well, he's obviously, the defenders are now getting an important job, but they make sure they can't lose another goal. That's imperative. For their own thing and trying to get back in the match, that Cooper must get forward a little bit more. Davies receiving the ball in deeper positions where it doesn't matter. Right, an interesting point to leave it. We'll be going back to Bucharest in just a moment or two, but right now we'll take a short break.
welcome back. Rangers 1 down, but still very much in the European Cup in Bucharest. Alec Ferguson, that pounding continued. We can see the next good chance that Steaua created, which was in the 26th minute.
Yeah, it was still in the early part of the game. And now this was a bit of luck, and the lad tried to square. I thought he should maybe have shot, but they got it cleared, and another opportunity for them.
An impressive first-half performance by Steaua. They have been a wee bit over-deliberate, haven't they? I mean, I thought he was a wee bit over-deliberate.
Yeah,
there.
I thought he should have taken the chance himself. The main threat has been down Rangers' left-hand side. A lot of crosses in from there, and we've got in behind Rangers a lot there. And with Hadji operating in a free role, that he's got in behind Rangers midfield, particularly in that area.
Right, well, this one actually comes from the other side, but it's Hadji again.
Oh, yeah.
And
the left back, Angarano.
And there's a penalty claim here with Goff, but the referee's having none of that.
Well, it's difficult to see there, but once again, Hadji into that area in the Rangers' left-hand side, and a very good shot and a very good save.
You can see that penalty claim again. It's been a tough first half. I mean, there's been 5 players booked.
I think the referee's taking no chances, but quite rightly, it's a quarter-final of the European Cup, so we can expect a physical challenge at parts of the match. I don't think it's out of control at any stage.
Do you expect any Rangers tactical changes in the second half?
Well, what can they do? They can bring Trevor Francis on. That's a possibility late in the match. I think they're doing all right. I think that the point I made about David Cooper, David is receiving the ball in midfield positions, and if he got forward a little bit more on top of their defenders rather than their midfield players, I think that could make a difference.
Let's hope so.
Right, all to play for then in the second half as we go back to Bucharest and pick up the story of the second half from Jock Brown.
Thank you, Arthur. Yes, back here for the second half, and no change in the Rangers line-up as far as personnel is concerned in the second half. Ali McCoist, that means, is back in his usual position to start off the second half. He's in possession straight away, being bulked by Jovan right at the start of the second half, and Rangers, I'm certain, will be anxious to make certain that there are no errors at the start of this half, the same as there were at the beginning of the match when they took some time to settle and could so easily have been in trouble after 15 or 20 minutes. But since that time, Derek Johnston, much improved.
Yes, much improved. I mean, they could be 3 down, Jock, but the important thing is they're not 3 down, they're only 1 down. And if the result is like that at the end of the game, they'll be absolutely delighted.
No question, taking the Romanians back to Glasgow with only 1 goal to claw back would be a very happy position indeed. Here's Ungurianu, though, who will have something to say about that, I'm sure, before the afternoon's out. Still beautiful conditions overhead. It's cold, though, and the wind is still blowing and swirling around the stadium, and that's quite treacherous for the goalkeepers. No cover at all for the fans inside the stadium. They're exposed to all the elements. So the first free kick this half to Romania, to the Steaua, will be taken by Georgi Hadji. The big men are up. Pitsurka couldn't reach it, and Monroe had presence of mind to let that run for the goal kick to Rangers. So still McCoy's the lone figure up front. And before the game, Graham Souness indicated he'd prefer to use Ian Durrant in a supporting role because he needed 1 midfield player capable of running forward past the Steaua back 4, and Derek Ferguson, of course, is too similar in style to himself and to Ray Wilkins for that purpose.
I would agree with Alec Ferguson back there in the studio about David Cooper. I mean, he's played more in his own half than he has up front, and if you're going to play a midfield man, why not play Jimmy Phillips here? He can do a job. I hope that Graham Souness pushes him that little bit forward this half.
But for the moment, he's back to defend. A free kick to Steaua inside the Rangers half. Referee Angelin keeping a tight grip on things, having booked 5 players so far in the match. Good play by Wilkins. The willing run again comes from McCoist, facing Bumbescu. Well, there's no love lost between these two, that's for sure. Still lots of verbals going on as they go back into position. Not quite sure what language they're using, but the message is still apparent. Here's Durrant. Now Wilkins, Cooper. A late challenge by Stoica on Wilkins, and Wilkins accepts that very well indeed. Always manages to remain calm out there, no matter how heated exchanges become. Richard Goff. Jimmy Nicholl stumbling as he went for the ball. Here's Majaru now breaking on the left for Steaua, chased by Nicholl. Good challenge by the fullback. hoping to get the benefit of the doubt for a throw, but the decision goes to Steaua. It's back with Ungrianu. Now Majaru. Hadji offering himself inside, but it comes across to Jovan. The tackle came from Wilkins. This is Beladic. The Romanians still using Rotario, number 11, very deep. Here he is now in possession, the midfield playmaker. Majaru with the return pass. Majaru again trying to ease himself away from Scott Nisbet. The free kick goes to Steaua. Nisbet thinks that Majaru made too much of that, but the youngster will have to be careful because he was one of the 3 Rangers players in the first half who were booked, along with Graham Roberts and Graham Souness. So Hadji with the free kick. Ungrianu's gone straight into the box, a little fullback. Lighted in by Hadji, rifled straight at Chris Woods, who was alert enough to make that look comfortable. But Hadji very powerful indeed from these set pieces. There's the shot again, past the 2-man wall with lots of power, but Woods made that look easy. Here's Ballant. Played back by Cooper. Ballant looking hopefully for a foul after his dramatic dive, but that didn't deceive referee Angelin.
I think the pitch is starting to cut up a bit, Jock. We've already seen at the start of the second half both sets of players falling and slipping about. This could be costly in the end.
Bumbescu's header, and McCoist is involved again, but this time the free kick goes to Rangers. Bumbescu was complaining to the referee even before the whistle had gone that McCoist had been guilty of some infringement. But it's a Rangers free kick.
I think now Bumbescu is now off Ali McCoist's official Christmas list.
Here's Wilkins with the pass. Here's Davy Cooper. This is good play from Cooper. Well stopped by Jovan. And he made that last move. Cooper would have been in a very good position for Rangers. But this is Rotario. Durant getting back. Now Souness. Cooper again. Bad thing with Stoica. Majaru uses Petsurka, who's gone deep. No one ahead through the middle for Steaua. Petsurka now going through to be marked by Roberts. Beladic. Stoica. Rangers funneling back now in defence. That's towards Petsurka. And good play by Jimmy Nicholl, coming in, closing in the big striker to play the accurate pass back to Woods.
I think Steaua are not taking any chances either, Jock, because when the ball's kicked up there, they've always got 3 or 4 men with Alan McCoist. I think they're frightened that Rangers can go away and sneak an away goal.
And their respect for McCoist would almost in itself justify his inclusion, no matter how struggling he may be for match fitness. A free kick to Steaua, taken quickly by Jovan to Beladic. Here's Rotario. Petsurka makes the run. Policed all the way by Goff. The intentions of Goff made it impossible for Petsurka to control the pass. So more respite for the Rangers defence.
The Rangers defence looking solid now, Jock. They're not making as many mistakes. They're clearing their lines, they're marking up. And it was good play, first of all, by Jimmy Nicholl. And there again by Richard Goff. Nisbet
trying to turn away from Ungrianu, but the covering player is Beladic. In midfield is Stoica with space. Now Majaru. It's back with Rotario. Ballant is on the right, taking Lakatushi's position. Wide on the right. Little back heel and attempted by Stoica, but that was more in hope than expectation, and there's no problem there for the Rangers defence. So the capacity 30,000 crowd going silent once again. It looks as though the Romanian fans now realise that Rangers are indeed very tough opponents for their favourites. There's Ungrianu getting up well. Souness playing it towards Durant. Just going behind the Rangers youngster, giving Steaua lots of time to come forward. This is Ballant. Linking well with Stoica. Back for Ballant on the run. Playing it forward straight against Richard Goff. Picked up by Stoica. Roberts is across. Jovan goes on the outside. He's the decoy. Up goes Petsurka. He got in front of Richard Goff, but Goff appeared to judge that well. It was too high for Petsurka in the end. But here's Ungrianu and Hadji. Zurka controlling it well. Back killer was intended for Stoica. It's back with Bumbescu. Another crucial period for Rangers to withstand. Just 8 minutes into the second half. Steaua leading by 1-0. Balance can't breach it. And Rangers have the throw.
They have a lot more pressure, Jock, the Romanians, but really they're not doing anything inside the box. In the first half, Rangers were a bit dodgy with the cross balls, but start of the second half, they look very competent indeed.
Foul against Rotario for foot up with his challenge with Durant. And Stoica clearly protesting to the referee. He said a word of warning. And the free kick is played all the way back to Woods. So the demand for tickets in Bucharest quite incredible. 2.5 million inhabitants of the city and 4 First Division clubs play out of Bucharest, but only 30,000 seats, all seated. £6 a head for the fans to get in, unless the black market prices had to be paid. And Rangers have a free kick again, and Rotario and Belodic in trouble with the referee for something they said, I think. Here's Ballant trying to speed things up by retrieving the ball to allow Rangers to take the free kick. So Graham Souness was asking his experienced players for a supreme effort, and they're certainly obliging now after that shaky start. Scott Nisbet's header goes wide for the Romanian goal kick. Here's Ungurianu again coming forward. That's a careless ball. Durant now has McCoist in support. That's good play by Belodic. The big defender still is going well to win possession. And here's Stuart Monroe coming in. Needs a second chance to tidy up at the back for Rangers. Going across Ballant and giving the ball to Jovan. The big right back loves to come forward. The tackle came from Roberts. Souness to Durant. McCoist made a good run off Bumbescu. This is Nisbet. McCoist is still on the right. Durant wants it through the middle. Checking back to remain on side as Nisbet uses Jimmy Nicholl. That allows Rangers to get players forward supporting from midfield. Good play between Durant